Hey, welcome back, friends. Do we have a fun project for you today? I'm going to be making a custom lamp. It's going to be a lamp we're making out of a light pole or a power pole or a telephone pole, whatever you want to call it. This is the cross arm that goes on top. We're going to put a transformer, and then we're going to put a light arm that comes off of it, and then that's going to have a bulb. And what is that going to do? It's going to light up. So we're going to make a custom lamp, but how we're going to make it is pretty cool. It's for someone that is retiring from work. So stick around. We're going to be using electrical, woodwork, hot glue guns, soldering, shrink wrap, drilling, screwing, everything. It's going to be fun. Okay, so here's the thought. I need to cut this base out to be like a shape of New England, like a silhouette. We're going to have this post here. It's going to be held by this digger, just like so. We're going to have it kind of at an angle, and then maybe we'll have it straight up. And then what that will do is that'll hold it there. We'll go down into the center. So I think right about here is where we need to have the top of the cross arm. So this will be at the tallest, like right about there. So we need to trace out this, cut out the base, get this in, get the electrical done, get everything done, and then it'll be easy. Okay, so we're going to start to sketch out, but I got to make sure that the shape of New England does make sense. I'm going to draw it. I have a picture up. You can't see it, but it's over here. I have a picture on the screen of New England. Okay, so we have our basic shape. Now all we gotta do is just go cut it out. But first, proof of concept. Let's make sure the trucks actually fit, and then this will get us where we need to be. And I'll need to make sure this is all good. So the pole will be down here. So let's just see if we have the pole here. Okay, that's perfect right there, and it fits on the base, so we'll make that work. Okay, so that came out actually really nice. I love using a bandsaw. It's so easy using a bandsaw. As long as you are gentle and you take your time, a bandsaw is very forgiving, and that is always a nice thing to do if you can get away with it, depending on the project you're on. Now what I'm going to do is put a nice little chamfer around the edge of this New England silhouette, if you will. And that's going to be nice. So whenever you touch it, you're not going to really get any splinters. Then we'll sand it and do everything else we need to do. All right. That's weird that you don't know it. And these compact little routers are so useful. Now, the reason why I chose to use a router and not just sandpaper when I go across this is because it gives it a uniform chamfered edge. And whenever I sand this, it's going to actually look pretty good. And maybe you can see New England starting to take shape a little bit. You can see the little Massachusetts hook. And then you have Maine and New Hampshire down through here, Connecticut, Vermont. We're getting there. Okay, so I have to find a way to keep these trucks from moving. A couple different things I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of super glue the wheels so they don't roll. So that's one thing. But I have to anchor it to the board. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to use these really long machine screws that I'm going to drill a hole through here, and that's going to go through the board, and it's just going to cinch it down and keep it into place. Okay, so the bucket truck's done and the digger truck is done. Alright, let's get the bolts through. I got to mark the wood underneath to make sure my positioning is correct, then we can move forward. Okay, so we got the holes drilled. As you can see, this comes out the bottom. Now we actually need to countersink this, and the best way I can think to do that is I'm going to mark this here, and I got to cut 2 of these screws, right? So we know where to mark this. We'll do some countersinking down in the shop, and then we can at least get everything set where it needs to be, the countersinking. I'm going to put a finish nail through here that's going to go up through the pole, through here, and then that'll keep that in place, and then we'll be able to start assembling everything after we treat it.
Daddy, can I have something? A real one? Can I have some?
Okay.
Daddy, can I have a real food?
Alright, so I'm going to use a nice polyurethane. It's water-based, it's satin, so it's not going to be too glary. It's going to let the truck stand out. It's not going to reflect whenever you have the light on as much. But I'm going to be able to work on some other stuff. It goes on milky white, and then it comes out very clear and beautiful. So we'll put on a couple coats. Super simple stuff here. And then we'll get back upstairs. We can work on all the other stuff we got to work on. We got all of our holes made in this board. That really bitty hole, that's a finishing nail that I put through there as a marker. That's going to be where the pole's at. And then I'll come back here in just a few. We'll finish off these coats. We'll do both sides, and within a couple hours we'll be done here. And then when we're done here, we'll be ready to set the trucks, and I'll work out all the electrics for it, and let this thing sit overnight, and I'll take it into work hopefully tomorrow if everything goes well. Okay, so we got the base done, we got the truck set, we got the cross arm, we got the pole. So we're going to run the wire up through here. It's going to come across the pole. We have a little transformer here. It's going to go on the transformer just like that. And then this is the light arm. I just had to redesign it a couple times, but it's going to go in here. It's going to come out, and boop, it's going to stick on just like that. We're going to have the light hang out. That's going to illuminate everything. Assuming this goes well.
So that thing's about to pop underneath you. Wait for it now. The dolly.
Alright, so I'm going to do this with my kids yelling in the background. So it looks like we're here. We need to start putting this together. Okay, so this is going to go right there. That is perfect. This needs to claw and grab. Okay, so whenever you look at the wire, the one that has the ribs on it, which is this side, that's the neutral, and the smooth one, that's the hot. So the bigger one is always the neutral too, and the smaller one's always the hot. So if you look, the neutral, which is the big, is on the right side. And I don't know how that's going to come out in a video, but I know that I need to put it in here just like this. Alright, that's going to press down. So we'll put this, that, and what that does is that pushes it and creates all the firm connections, and then that's all that is. You're actually in, so now we can plug it in. But first, we have to install the switch, which means we need to break the smooth side, and that's going to go through the switch right here. And the neutral, that'll stay solid. So let's do that. Okay, so this turned out, and I know this is a weird angle, but I wanted you all to see the New England outline plus the trucks. But this turned out exactly what I pictured in my mind, so I'm very happy with that. I have a little Edison bulb right here too. That's cool. It's LED, so that's even better. The switch is in a good place. You have good length of cord. You actually can't see the cord coming down. It's holding the pole just like it would if you're setting a pole. You know, if a Carver's pole or something like that happens. So I just got to snip these, clean all these up. But everyone, I hope that you enjoyed the video. Maybe some inspiration came out of here. Making some really cool stuff, and something you can't buy on the market there. So everybody, I really appreciate you watching. If you did, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. See ya.